Cartier, please make a watch like this again. Hello, welcome to Swiss Watchcam, welcome to another review. Today we're gonna talk about a watch which I recently added to my collection. It's not my first from the brand, but definitely not the last. Today we're gonna talk about the Cartier Tank Basculante. I've been a fan of Cartier watches for a while now. If you saw my collection video, you might remember this bad boy. This is the Cartier Santos from around the era of 1978 to 1982, I was told. And the way it fits on the wrist and the way the bracelet shimmers is something you can compare to Audemars Piguet watches, for example. It's a 33 diameter watch, which on paper is really small, but as you see on my 18.1 centimeter wrist, it actually fits me quite well. And because the bracelet, I think it makes the watch look bigger. I have a few Cartier watches on my wish list for the future, but I gotta work my way up a bit. One of them is the Cartier Crash. The other one would be the Tank Asymmetrique. And also, I just love a simple cintré watch from Cartier. For most people, when they think about Cartier, they think about beautiful jewelry, like the Love bracelet, the Trinity collection, or maybe something with the Panther. But for me, it's primarily a watch brand. Cartier was founded in 1847 by Louis-François Cartier in Paris. And it's one of the oldest jewelry and watchmaking maisons in the industry. The Cartier tank was invented in 1917, and the design pays homage to the Renault FT-17, a French tank which was used during the First World War. Like the tank, the middle of the watch is flat and square, and the sides is like the tracks, rounded. I was searching for a Cartier Tank Basculante for a while now, and when I found this one, I was super excited. This is actually a pre-owned model because Cartier doesn't make this in a modern version, and the model is actually the XL version. For those who might be familiar with this model, they know that the XL is probably the best one you can get because it features the manual winding movement. Let me just jump into the main attraction of this watch, the so-called party trick, the basculante function. So basically, it reverses like the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso. This rotating mechanism was developed by the same company as the Reverso was in 1931. The Basculante was developed only 1 year later in 32 and went to the market in 33. The word Basculante is also used for windows, for example, when you tilt them, and also for trucks in the construction site. Like the Reverso, the function of this flipping mechanism is to protect the dial from impact. As mine is a pre-owned piece and the price was too good to skip, it has a few dents on the case back, which I'm gonna try to repair in the next months. Usually Cartier watches have a cabochon on the crown. In this instance, the Basculante has it here at 12 o'clock. I really like to play with the flipping mechanism, and actually a fun fact, if you have this watch and you put it on your table like this, you actually have a small table clock, which is pretty neat. You see, the mechanism is very intricate, and in order to fit all the components and the case precisely as this is something really remarkable. I think in today's time this would be really expensive to make, so I assume that if Cartier would make a Basculante watch today, it would be around 20,000 Swiss francs or even more. I really hope that they decide to revive the Basculante, and I hope the price will not be that high. You see that the inside of the case has also not been neglected. It has a pattern of the Cartier logo, which is really beautiful. The dial is a typical Cartier dial, the same one I have on my Santos, except that in this instance it's a guilloche pattern. We have Roman numerals, we have railway minute tracks, and the numeral number 4 is not written IV, but 4 I's. Like on my Santos, you have a small Cartier written on the 7 o'clock hour marker. The hands are also something you find in their modern line of watches, beautiful blue sword-shaped hands. The crown is at 12 o'clock, and one of my friends already asked me, Marco, is it not annoying to wind this watch? And I'm like, no, you just basically pop it out like this, and then you wind it. Not a big deal at all. It's actually much more comfortable because you don't have the crown on the side of the case, and it's much more elegant like this. The case features a few different types of finishing, so the outer part, which is round, is polished, then the middle part, which is the frame of the Basculante, is vertically brushed, and then the part where you have the watch is polished again. When you turn it on the side, you see that the watch is super thin, and almost as thin as the strap is. It's actually only 5.8 millimeters. And if you remember at the beginning I said that this watch has a manual winding movement. The movement inside is the famous Frederick Piguet 6.10 movement, and it's only 2.1 millimeters thick. Pretty remarkable. How do you also know at the first glance if your Basculante is mechanical or not? You have it written on the case back. The case back is beautifully vertically brushed. You have the Cartier logo on top, Mécanique, and the reference number in the lower right corner. This is the reference number 2390. And to rub it in your face that you don't have enough money to buy the gold version, it says here stainless steel. For those who might already own the Santos version, let me show you the comparison side by side so you see how big this watch is. The width of the watch is 26mm and the length is 38mm. Let me now swap the watches. I'll just put my Santos on the right hand because, I think that's the reason we have two hands as humans. And you'll see how it fits me. It has a beautiful strap and the buckle is also very special. Beautifully shaped in typical Cartier fashion, and the strap is super comfortable. As you see from the side, it's super thin. It goes under the cuff with no problem. And once I turn it around, you see it's actually not that small. If you would read the specs of the case on paper, you would immediately say, oh, it's too small watch for myself. But as you see on the Santos and on the Basculante, it fits my 18.1 centimeter wrist really nice. If you have a small wrist, this watch might look weird because it's very flat and you need a wide wrist for it. What I also like about this party trick that you have when you turn the watch, essentially for people who don't know anything about watches, they might think that you're wearing a bracelet. And it's like a hidden gem for yourself. So when you want to look at the time, you just flip it open and again, here you go, perfect watch. Let me know what you think about the Cartier Basculante, and do you think it's better or worse than the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso, or if they're even comparable. Also, let me know what's your favorite Cartier model as well. I'm really curious to see what your answers are gonna be. On the side, you have a photo of a watch review next time on the channel. If you follow my Instagram, you will probably exactly know which model this is and which brand. If no, I don't know what you're waiting for, just go and follow me there. That was it for the review of my new Cartier Basculante. I hope you liked it. Leave a like if you did and subscribe to the channel, it really helps me out a lot. Thank you for watching and I'll catch you guys next week.